Sometimes a person does not fail when they execute. They fail before that. Before touching the ball. Before running. Before deciding. Before the stadium reacts. Before everyone sees the mistake. Because there is an invisible moment where nothing has happened yet. But inside, something has already changed. The body is still there. The technique is still there. The training is still there. But the mind has already started stepping back. And that is what almost nobody sees.
People usually look at the final mistake. The bad pass. The missed penalty. The play where someone froze. The moment where it looked like they could have done more, but did not. And from the outside, it is easy to say, he lacked character. He got smaller. He could not handle the pressure. He was not ready. But many times, the visible mistake would...
That is where the problem starts. Because wanting to do something well is one thing. But entering a decisive moment thinking only about not making a mistake is something completely different. It looks the same, but it is not. When you think about doing it well, your mind supports you.
Pressure does not always break you all at once. Sometimes it closes you from the inside. First, it makes you think a little more. Then it makes you doubt 1 second longer. Then it makes you choose the safe option. Then it makes you move slower. And by the time you notice, you're no longer acting from confidence. You are acting from defense. And that difference changes everything. Because confidence makes you present. Fear makes you careful in a way that starts reducing you.
When someone has confidence, even if they make a mistake, you can still feel that they are present. They ask for the ball. They attack space. They make decisions. They make mistakes. But they stay inside the game. But when someone starts playing with fear, their presence changes. They do not ask the same way. They do not offer themselves the same way. They do not take risks the same way. They do not step into the moment with the same force.
Fear of failure often disguises itself as control. It tells you, I am just being careful. I just want to do it right. I just do not want to ruin it. I just want to make sure. But underneath that,
Think about a soccer player facing an important play. It does not have to be a penalty. It does not have to be the final. It does not have to be the last minute. It can be a normal play, but inside a context where everything feels heavier. He receives the ball, and for 1 instant, something changes.
From the outside, it looks like a bad decision. But inside, maybe something different happened. Maybe he was not thinking, what is the best play? Maybe he was thinking, what is the play that exposes me the least? And that question is dangerous. Because when you start choosing from the fear of looking bad, you are no longer trying to influence the moment. You are trying to protect yourself. And protecting yourself does not always look like hiding. Sometimes it looks like playing simple. Sometimes it looks like doing less.
And this does not only happen in soccer.
It happens when you want to say something important, but you swallow the words. It happens when you have an opportunity, but you make it smaller so you do not fail. It happens when you know you could give more, but you choose not to expose yourself. Not because you are weak, but because a part of you started believing that making a mistake would cost you too much. And once your mind believes that, it starts protecting you from the risk, even if that protection makes you smaller. Fear of failure becomes stronger when you feel that the mistake will not only be a mistake, it will become a label. It is not just missing a pass. It is people saying you are not good enough. It is not just losing an opportunity. It is someone starting to doubt you. It is not just being wrong. It is feeling like your entire value is being judged. And when the mistake becomes a judgment, the body understands it as a threat. That is why someone can train for years and still become tense in the important moment.
No porque no saben hacerlo, sino porque ahora no están ejecutando una acción. Están defendiendo una imagen. Y defender una imagen es más pesado que jugar, más pesado que hablar, más pesado que decidir, más pesado que intentar. Porque ya no estás pensando solo en lo...
There is a huge difference between concentration and fear. Concentration takes you deeper into the moment. Fear pulls you out of it. When you are concentrated, your attention is on the action, on the rhythm, on the space.
That is one of the most frustrating things about pressure. It does not turn you into someone incapable. It disconnects you from the part of you that could respond. That is why when someone fails under pressure, many times it is not because they did not have what it took. It is because they could not arrive complete to the moment. They arrived afraid. They arrived divided.
There is also something almost nobody says. The group can feel when someone starts losing confidence. They do not always say it. They do not always point it out. They do not always make it obvious. But they feel it. You can notice it in the way they look at you, in whether they give you the ball or not, in whether they search for you or avoid you, in whether they speak to you with certainty or with doubt. And that can make the pressure grow even more, because now you are not only fighting against your internal fear, you are also feeling that others have already noticed it. And then you enter a dangerous circle. You doubt, the group senses it, the context becomes heavier, you become more tense, and the next decision arrives with less freedom. That is what makes some moments so difficult. It is not only the match, it is not only the play, it is not only the opponent. It is the feeling of being read, as if everyone can see that inside.
Y esto es donde el sujeto deja de ser solo sobre deportes, porque esto también sucede en conversaciones. Cuando tienes que decir algo que te importa, pero empiezas a medir cada palabra porque no quieres quedar mal. Esto pasa en el trabajo. Cuando tienes una oportunidad, pero eliges no destacar demasiado porque si fallas, todos lo verán.
It happens when you have to make a decision. And instead of asking yourself, what is the right thing to do? You ask,
What option exposes me the least? And little by little, without noticing, you start living more from prevention than from presence. You do not do what you want to do. You do what feels safer. You do not say what you need to say. You say what reduces the risk. You do not choose from clarity. You choose from fear. And over time, that changes you.
That is why it is so important to detect when fear has already taken control. One clear sign is this. Before acting, you are already imagining how people will judge you. You are not thinking about the action. You are thinking about the social consequence of the mistake. Another sign? You always start choosing what exposes you the least, even when you know it is not the best choice. Another one? You correct yourself too much before you even start. You rehearse too much. You think too much. You measure too much. When you finally act, you come out reduced. There is one even deeper sign. After every attempt, you do not evaluate what happened. You evaluate yourself. You do not say, that play went wrong. You say, I am not made for this. I cannot handle this. I am not enough. I cannot deal with pressure. And that is where the mistake stops being information. It becomes So, what changes all of this? It is not about eliminating fear. That is not realistic. In big moments, there will always be fear. There will always be pressure. There will always be the possibility of making a mistake. The difference is not letting fear take the center. Because when fear is present, but it does not command, you can still act. You can feel pressure and keep moving. You can feel doubt and still decide. You can feel risk and still occupy your place. But when fear commands, you start asking for permission to exist inside the moment. And that is where you lose strength. That is why the question is not, am I afraid? The question is, am I letting fear decide for me? Because if fear decides, it will almost always choose the smallest option, the safest one, the least visible one, the one that exposes you the least, but also the one that can change your position the least. And that matters. Because many times, you do not lose because you lack ability. You lose because you started negotiating with your fear before you even tried.
Al principio de este video dijimos algo. Sometimes a person fails before they execute. Now you know why. Because failure does not always begin in the movement. Sometimes it begins in the question that appears before it. What if I fail? What if they see me? What if I lose value? What if this proves that I cannot do it? And when those questions take too much space, the moment stops being an opportunity. It becomes a threat.
And when something becomes a threat, your body does not try to shine. It tries to survive. That is the idea I want you to remember. You do not always fail because you could not do it. Sometimes you fail because you entered the moment trying not to lose yourself if it went wrong. And once you understand that,
you start seeing pressure differently. Not as something you have to deny, but as something you have to recognize before it starts deciding for you.
Porque la real dengeria no es sentir miedo. La real dengeria es dejar que miedo te convenza de hacerte pequeño antes de intentarlo. Si quieres seguir aprendiendo cómo detectar estas dinámicas antes de que sea tarde, suscríbete a Patterns of Power.